Okay, this is the news that's just coming in on Narendra Modi's Wharton lecture being cancelled. Now, Shiv Sena leader Suresh Prabhu has decided to cancel his visit to Wharton as well. This as a mark of protest over Wharton cancelling its invitation to Narendra Modi. Modi was supposed to deliver the keynote address of Wharton. Prabhu, a former NDA power minister, is a member of the India Economic Forum at Wharton. Prabhu said he regards the university's volte-face on Modi an insult to the country. So that's the big news that we are getting at this point. Narendra Modi initially invited as a keynote speaker for this conference at Wharton, and that was later cancelled because of some voices of opposition from the alumni of Wharton University. All right, Bhupendra Chaubey, National Bureau Chief, also with us. Bhupendra, how significant is this that Suresh Prabhu has decided to cancel his visit as well as a mark of protest?
Well, it's actually a rather interesting political connotation which has been associated with this, because the Shiv Sena is one of those parties which, while being a part of the NDA, really hasn't been very comfortable with this entire idea of projecting Narendra Modi as a real leader. In several articles when Balasaheb Thackeray was alive, he would praise Narendra Modi for the kind of developmental work that he had done for Gujarat, but he would also in many ways make fun of him for trying to emerge as this person who could also lead India. Uddhav Thackeray in recent utterances also has spoken about Narendra Modi being an able administrator, but really has never spoken about Narendra Modi also becoming some kind of a larger than life figure. What Suresh Prabhu really is doing is that he's simply trying to lodge his protest against Wharton's decision of disallowing Narendra Modi from even addressing a video conference, because at the end of the day this was not a case where Narendra Modi could have travelled to the US. It was a simple case of Narendra Modi addressing a group of youngsters through a live video link. So what is it that the US authorities had a problem with? That's something that the US authorities will have to explain. The point which has been made loud and clear is that Suresh Prabhu wants to show his support, his solidarity for Narendra Modi, and that's the reason why he decided not to go there.
Bhupendra, many talk about the polarizing effect of Narendra Modi. Possibly that's the reason why Wharton took this call. But is there some kind of an effect within the political circles as well? Narendra Modi already influencing decisions, say the Shiv Sena sticking to Narendra Modi at this point?
Well, you could perhaps argue that Narendra Modi is using even this adversity into some kind of a political opportunity. But it's not that Shiv Sena ever was going to say that Mr. Modi as a leader of the NDA or as a leader of the BJP was unacceptable to them. All that is happening at the moment is that literally hours after Narendra Modi was felicitated in such a big way at the BJP National Council meeting here in the capital, for this news to come in certainly acts as a bit of a dampener, because yes, the British High Commissioner may have travelled to Gujarat. Yes, the European Union may have invited Narendra Modi towards the end of the year. The US was one place, in a sense, the final frontier. The United States of America was the final frontier for Narendra Modi to conquer, and it seems that final frontier has not yet been conquered.
And Wharton hasn't decided on a replacement, so to say, for Narendra Modi at this seminar. And
what we're also hearing, Ananya, that one of the main corporate groups who are responsible for the creation of this entire platform, the Adani Group, who incidentally happens to be extremely close to Narendra Modi, is also now having a rethink in terms of providing the sponsorship money. So what you have is that the Adani Group, which was a partial sponsor of this entire event, is thinking in terms of backing up. You have Suresh Prabhu, a Shiv Sena leader who was supposed to be going there and addressing these students. He has already backed off. And Narendra Modi, who was the main speaker, the keynote speaker, not going to the US but making his address via live video link. Now the Wharton authorities have decided to cancel that. So in a sense, there is a huge question mark now over whether this entire event will take place at all.
Yes. Bhupen, any other Indians participating in this? Because as Suresh Prabhu is pointing out, this should be seen as an insult to the country.
Well, there were many other prominent leaders also who were supposed to be going and speaking at this speech. In fact, this was a week-long celebration which was worked out. What was happening was that there are many important thinkers, intellectuals, prominent journalists, other politicians. I'm told Milind Deora of the Congress, for instance, was also supposed to be addressing these individuals. There was an invite which was also sent to Shashi Tharoor. At the moment, what will happen is that the BJP will try and use this as an opportunity to show that the US is simply discriminating against Mr. Modi. But the statement which had come from Wharton was pretty self-explanatory. The statement which was put out late last night said that in light of the invitation which had been extended to Mr. Modi, there were sharp polarizing reactions which had been witnessed on the campus, and therefore they had decided to cancel Mr. Modi's address to Wharton. The other way to look at this is that Narendra Modi ultimately is an individual who has been denied visa by the US authorities. What is the message that would have been sent to the political authorities in the United States if this event would have gone as planned and Narendra Modi would have managed to interact with these students via the live video link? That the Wharton University is not in consonance, is not on the same page as the Obama administration, as the American authorities. And I think that's something which perhaps the Wharton authorities may be a risk which they were unwilling to take.
But do we know, Bhupen, about the objections that were raised against Modi? Who raised those objections?
No, what we do know is that there's a statement that was put out on India by the Wharton India Students Forum, and they had said that while they were very, very keen to have Mr. Modi address and interact with their students, because of certain reactions which had been observed and certain opinions which had been expressed, it was therefore just not possible for them to continue with this invitation.
All right.